welcome back to Up and Onwards. Crap, it's been a long time since I've said that. But anyways, what we have this time is a bachmann locomotive. And one, I kind of regretted giving a little sneak on Facebook, because the picture I used, I'll just move aside here so in the editing process it's a lot easier. The picture I used basically kind of had the Mickey taken out of it, or as we say here in NZ, and I think in other countries, had the piss taken out of it. Basically, people think I was whinging and moaning. All I can say to them is, when you buy a brand new locomotive and that happens, and it's not one of those modern ones where the DCC stuff's in the smoke box, so it is quite annoying. You think you get ripped off, especially with the money you pay for it. That's all I'm saying. Right, now that that's over with, I can actually grab the locomotive and open the box. So what we have this time is a Robinson J11, a pom-pom. So this is going to be good fun. Okay, here we have the locomotive on the layout. Well, a nice length of cardboard, I should say, just to be a nice cushion. Yes, the layout is still in a mess before anyone comments. And all I'm going to say is this is going to be the last review video where the layout is a complete mess. After I'm done with this video here at home, I'm going to start tidying up and hopefully be able to do a bit more track work, because I've been leaving it a little bare lately, which is not good. Now, before opening this box, let's have a look at the side here. Let's see here, 31-32 ODC, and we have DCC on board. Last time I had a locomotive with that, it was a Stanier Jubilee, and I had to fit the DC plug to it, so yeah. And, well, classic J11, yeah, in Lake Crest, lovely. Now, flip onto the back of it. It's a GCR design, and it was Robinson's first good loco. Wow. And a lot of them served in France, too. That's pretty cool. Ah, that's why they're called pom-poms. Similarity to a gun in the South African War. Well, I mean, it's a darn shame that none are preserved, but, oh well. That does bite a bit. Ooh, sleeve is pretty darn tight. That is really snug. Wow. Now, that is pretty snug too. Okay, take that out the way for a second, and let's get at the paperwork. But first, the good bachmann date stamp, 13/12/11. So the 11th of December 2013 is when this was made. Lovely. Now let's see, what do we have here? Yeah, the Collectors Club and warranty. Never worry about that. Oh, body removal maintenance sheet and exploded diagram. Now these I always do like. And since it's DCC on board, here's the 21-pin decoder, basic for function setup. Oh, and it tells you. Now going off this picture is how I'm going to determine whether the plug's fitted or not, because the detail pack will hopefully tell me. That is on pretty snug. And yeah, like in the photo, here we have the smoke box door. I'll clearly show in a bit. Oof, tape's pretty strong. Oh, I'm not surprised a big thick piece of tape like that. Wow. But here we go. Now let's... Is that? No, I think that's the decoder. So it's got the plug fitted. Sweet. Now we got the brake pipes and that. Sound speaker. Fire irons. Very cool. And 3-link couplers. Even cooler. Now I'm going to try and carefully... Oh god. Fit this back on the inside, because that way I won't lose it. Now, been a while since I did a bachmann, so I've forgot how the packing goes. Right, put this aside. This is now to show you exactly why I was a bit annoyed when I found the smoke box door was off. See? Hang on, I'll grab a torch. Absolutely nothing inside there except a lead weight. And I just blinded myself with the light. Ow. But it should just pop on easy enough. And like the Robertson 04, it's got a die-cast coal load. So that's pretty neat. Flip her over. We got tender pickups. That's pretty cool. It's got DCC on board fitted on this underside as well. So whether or not this goes on the rolling road or not shall be interesting. But so far, I'm just astounded. Whoop, there goes the load. And we can just see how the coal is formatted. I mean, that is pretty cool. That's pretty cool right there. No need to replace it with the real stuff because that is heavy. And I just love how these GCR tenders look. They're beautiful things. I hate these kind of couplers, but oh well. We get to see inside of the cab a bit better. I know it's upside down, but bear with me. That is beautiful detail. We actually have glazing on the windows, which is cool. You know. Oh, wow. Safety valves in the whistle are metal. Love that detail. Okay, it's a bit of a wrestling match to fit the pin back in, because I accidentally knocked some of the brake rigging off the tender. Dang. Alright, the chimney, not straight through. Bugger. But we got no very suitable boiler frame gap. I love that. There's a lubricator. That's lovely. Flip to the other side. We got nice paintwork. Oops, that's my hand in the way. Sorry. Builder's plate right there. Sprung buffers, always beautiful. Now, I'm going to put this on the rolling road, see how it does. Then we'll put it on my layout, quick lap round. Then later on, a lap round the local model club and see how that turns out. Okay, here we have the J11 on the rolling road, ready to go. But first, a couple of things I want to do to it. For starters, putting the flipping front face back on it. So, there we go. I think that's on proper. And also, because it fell out during my look over, I'll put the coal back in. There we go. Now that looks better, doesn't it? I'll just move the camera a bit so we can get a nice face view. Doesn't that look more like a steam locomotive instead of a joke? Now, just gotta remember which control I'm using. Alright. Forward gear, let's go. Whoops. That was a bit abrupt. But at least I know it's got a lot of get up and go. Wow. Because that's just kicked in on the control. That would be about 30, 40. Kick it up to half speed slowly. That is half speed on my control. Holy crud. Okay, so whether or not the decoder is on it or not, I have no idea. But, okay, that's weird. I have not switched the direction, all of a sudden it's in reverse now. What the? Okay, now it's going the correct way. And that is weird. Alright, switch the direction. It's okay so far, but do a little old school trickery and it's pretty quiet. That's what I like. It's quiet, it rolls smooth, so can't really argue. But the thing is though, with a rolling road, you have no natural drag for the locomotive because those bearings are incredibly smooth. So, where the heck did I put the railer? There, bugger it, just do this. It's an 060. Not sunk as annoying as a Lord Nelson because I really hate buggy tenders. There we go. And I just do a quick back and forth and see how that goes. Control just clicked in. Okay. Reverse is a bit jerky. What about forwards? That's supposed to be forward. What the? There we go. Not good at that slow crawl, but it's okay. I was right about to get up and go. So I guess that bit of tech was in the the bag must have been the plug. I don't know. I'll have to get it double checked when I'm at the model club because I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But apart from that, it's a stunning looking thing. It is just stunning. I love the look at it, and the focus just went. There we go. Now, to make sure that smoke box door stays in, I'm going to be putting a little plastic weld on it in a moment, so it'll be okay. But I think I better fix the camera for a better shot, and we'll see how it does with a little load on my layout. Okay, here we have the J11 with, hopefully, the train it will be pulling when I take it to the club. A simple coal train of 21-ton hoppers. Better back it onto its train. Well, marshal its train, I should say. That's if the chuff and couplers actually mesh. Even if you practice stuff, it always goes wrong on camera. I think we have a derailment. Oh, thankfully I was wrong. Scratch that, we do. Darn it. These dipole wagons are a bit rubbish. Just a bit. Oh boy. And I don't even have it in reverse gear. What the? There we go. And it derails itself. Man, these wagons blow. There we go. Okay, well, moving the train back a bit. we can see I had to take 3 of the wagons off because these 3 Dipole branded wagons, they really seem to love derailing, and that just really gets on my nerves. Because when I buy a wagon, I expect them to roll without issue, not derail at every single point, which is a bit rubbish. Oh well. I don't even have it set in reverse, so that puzzles me. There we go. God, I hate it when some wagons really don't behave. Oh, we'll see how it looks around the layout. So here we are at the Southland Model Club layout. And well, even though this is a GCR locomotive, annoyingly I do not have any GCR rolling stock that I know of. So, it's going to be a northeastern style train. And I say that because the initials NE are on the rolling stock. Either way, it should be a good test of power and performance from this locomotive, which I did finally fit the blanking plate on. Turns out, what was in the detail packet, that was the blanking plug. So it was a simple case of taking the tender body off, taking off the decoder, putting the blanking plug in, refitting the tender body, dead easy. So, with that all said and done, let the trains roll.